Hey, good Monday morning. Great to be an American. 2 weeks in, and more has been done than the last 4 years, and in a positive way. We're going to get into some of that today. Jim, welcome everybody. Yeah, we got tariffs. Boy, the left.
A few.
Boy, are they just. And all of a sudden now, President Trump has a call with Trudeau at 3 p.m. today. Yeah. Who's going to win that battle? The guy that got shot in the air and stood up and yelled, fight, 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 or the guy that hangs around with drag queens? I know who my money's on. Anyways.
The guy that hangs around with drag queens.
Yeah, he's a real winner already. Screw Canada. We're gonna talk about obviously news that happened after our episodes last week, which was that Blackhawk helicopter crash, that terrible crash into that American Airlines flight. Just have some thoughts on that. Chuck Schumer, he's aroused. Jim's going to tell us why and how. Why we need to know that. And the DNC has hired some new leadership. Boy, have they not learned a lesson. I'm telling you. That plus at the end, some confusion. Jim has some gender confusion. We know that already.
Yep.
But he had thought this was the top 5 male lead singers. This is female lead singers.
But thank God I had one all ready to go.
In a band. Adele doesn't count. Celine Dion doesn't count. These people actually have to be in
Boy
a band.
George does, right?
So that, plus obviously so much more on what, Jim?
That would be live from the Patriots Prayer Network studios.
Yeah.
It would be 2 guys, 1 coop.
Be right back.
Lost in the crowd, truth hides deep, burying the noise. Left hand deals lies, can't stifle the choice. Back rage, flames in the night, no more chains, break free from the fright. Eyes clear now, vision in the dark. We stand up, never bow to the mark. We are the storm, we are the fight. 2 guys, 1 bringing light. No more lies, no more games. Stand tall and truth, break the chains. They spit and scream, push buttons in the dark. Yet we rise, never crumble in the park. Paint our faces with colors bright. March ahead in the dead of night. Shattered dreams won't silence us now. Left and right, mixed poison in the vow. But we see through, we feel the beat.
Good morning. So you're reading some of the comments.
Yeah, I'm reading some of it.
Well, there might have been a little.
I don't know if Aiken's siding with me or not. But
back
Aiken
and
said
forth.
top 5 female lead singers? ? Shit, I got to rethink mine.
Well, so, what did Buckeye say right here? Told you, Dale.
Just
Jim
because you
cheat.
And Buckeye. Just because you and Buckeye think it was female doesn't mean that it was
I'm
wrong.
Supposed to be female. I don't know what you heard. Again, your gender confusion should not interfere with our show.
Buckeye's like everyone else. She likes you better than me, and that's just the way that it goes.
You guys share a birthday.
Yeah, well, that's twinsies. About it.
You're twinsies. So, she's supposed to have some emojis, she said, or something she made of us. I don't know what they are. We're supposed to see them today. I'm frightened, to be honest with you. So we will see.
But
what
I do
that's
like
all
what
about.
they were
Morning,
discussing earlier.
What's that?
By the way, Aiken and Buckeye. I like what baseball is just around the corner. Folks.
I know they've been talking about it in the chat, folks.
You've got President Trump as president, and then the world just seems to come at peace when baseball starts. Does it not?
Yeah.
Just a nice sense of.
Yep. Exactly. So there's confusion. I suggest the top. Listen to this. Grit Gear Wednesday is. That's top male singers is Wednesday.
Now it
female
is.
Today, folks.
Now it is.
Female. Huh?
Now it is.
It was always female. But Jim was prepared. He had done both.
Oh, I was very prepared.
He already did both. So I cannot wait to see his top female. I guarantee you. Stay tuned for the end of the show.
I think you're going to like. I think you're going to like them all. To be honest with you.
All of them. Okay. I think you're probably going to be not knowing who some of mine are, to be honest with you.
That's probably.
Yeah. And no,
That
Hall
scares
and
me
Oates is
then.
not female singers. I mean, I know they are close.
Yeah, just like
But-
Kurt, though. Just like I
Mhm.
talked about Kurt, one of our avid listeners likes Hall and Oates as well. So be quiet, yeah.
He's stupid. Let's hear it from Grit Gear. We'll be right back.
Grit is defined as firmness of character, unyielding courage in the face of hardship or danger. At Grit Gear Apparel, we honor all military, police, fire, public service, and patriotic Americans, both men and women regardless of color, creed, or religion. Our brand represents the love and freedom for our country, the heroism of all our men and women, and the principles of what this wonderful country was built on. Our goal is to regenerate the sense of patriotism and to spark the American pride within us, to stand together in the toughest times and become victorious, to preserve all our freedoms, to honor our flag, and to respect the men and women who have fought and died for us to have these freedoms. Wear our brand with pride, with a sense of patriotism, and as a statement for the love of our country. Whether you're military, public official, or civilian, our brand is for you. Together we stand as Americans.
To stand as Americans, even more so today, I think. GritGearApparel.com. Lock and
Wearing
load.
this shirt, I get a lot of
.com.
compliments about this shirt.
Yeah, it's a great shirt. It looks good on you too. So if it looks good on you, it'll look good on everyone. Please go use coupon code 2GUYS. You get 10% off your order. That is all fixed. His website is back up and running. It looks great. The code works. Put it in. You get 10% off your entire order. Please remember to use that code every time you order. 2GUYS. That way he knows that, hey, we're actually doing something here. So share it with everybody. Go support them. Great company, great people. You know them. Please go help. We really appreciate that.
You will not be disappointed.
Nope. Jim.
The especially in the coffee.
Yeah, correct. Or the gear or the, I mean, geez, there's enough gear in there. I just reordered some stuff.
Yeah, I have to get on. I got to get more coffee. So
Ordered some stuff. I got the TIG hat coming, so I wanted that. So yeah, I went out and got that, and a couple decals and things like that. But anyways, doesn't matter. Use that code 2GUYS. Go. There's all sorts of stuff you can find all over their site.
I do have to get my red shirt too.
Huh?
I have to get a red shirt.
You do. For
Friday,
you screwed up last. You screwed up last time on that. We'll talk more about that as the days come, because we're going to start having some special episodes once a month at night to promote the Warrior Shield Foundation.
2 guys, 1 coup at night.
At night. Yeah, it's going to be amazing. It's like Price is Right at night, you know? I mean, it's just...
But it's going to be like a little mini kind of telethon introduce.
Yeah, and just talk about the event and talk about
and,
the Corporal Chato, Foundation.
Have some guests on, and it'll be great. It's going to be fun.
And we have some great guests coming up, I'll tell you, here on Wednesday. We have Representative Tim Burchett on our show. I'm telling you, if you don't follow Representative Burchett on X, you have to follow him. This guy is amazing. His X account is just filled with, he's comical. I mean, he is good at what he does. And not only that, but he's a true America First, Trump supporting representative in the House of Representatives. He'll be here Wednesday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time live. So that you stay tuned for that, folks. Jim, I got to talk a little bit about this helicopter crash that kind of happened after we went off air, obviously, last week. So I live in a neighborhood filled with Air Force pilots, right? Some of them now are actual pilots. One is a pilot for American Airlines. So immediately, kind of when I heard it, got a hold of him, said, "Oh, you know, if you don't answer, it was probably you, but hopefully it wasn't you." Right? It's like, nope, not me. But so I kind of asked him his opinion on it, because we've all seen the videos, and I'm going to play this one here. It's just more of a close up. We've all seen it, but I just kind of want to, and then say what he said and his thoughts on it. But here's this. No sound. You just see it. I mean, it's a beeline. Straightforward. I mean, there's no varying. There's nothing, right? I mean, this thing is going balls to the wall straight towards this passenger jet who's in a clear landing pattern The helicopter, obviously too high. We know that. They took forever to come out with the third name of the pilot, which is an interesting story in itself, as she was an aide for Joe Biden's administration for 2 years. So there's a lot to speculate, right? Things like this lead me down the conspiracy path.
Well, right at this point in time, you can't help it sometimes.
Well,
right? Because
you see how long it had. The helicopter's on a visual flight pattern. The airliner is on, digital instrumental landing pattern. There's always helicopters. This is not a uncommon situation here.
And doesn't the Blackhawk have don't they have sensors to hey, look, you better pull up because there's something in front of you? I mean, don't they have that? I hope the Blackhawk has.
Well, not only that, but I mean, if you've seen videos or if you've actually been in a Blackhawk, whether you've seen it on the ground or you've actually been in one, that thing's just surrounded by windows. The visual is unbelievable, and you're flying over the airport. You're flying directly across a flight pattern. He said this, and I'm going to disagree with him. Not that he knows. He's only a retired Air Force pilot and flies for American Airlines. So I'm sure he knows far less than I do. He said failures on multiple levels. The helicopter was too high. The RJ was circling, so fixated on the runway. The air traffic control had double duty helicopters, fixed wing. So some of this stuff is kind of military might understand. Plus restricted area just north of the river due to Capitol Hill. Perfect storm of crap is what he put. I can't disagree with that, but the truth of the matter is, I think there's more to this story than we're ever going to know at this point now.
Well, you can't help. I mean, they got to be careful how they come out with what happened right away, right?
Yeah.
In case, because it was a military helicopter, what was going on? I mean, but the first thing I wondered was exactly what you did. I mean, because when you saw this thing, how did the helicopter not see the plane?
Yeah.
Now they always say, well, they had their night vision goggles on. Okay.
Yeah.
When you see this big ball of light, there's something there, right? I mean, the whole thing is weird. It doesn't make sense. Then people were talking about that it was actually an unmanned helicopter. That was a lot of these different rumors going around. I don't want to get into conspiracy theory on it, because I just can't wrap myself around this. That if it was not a terrorist attack, we had a person flying that helicopter that had no business flying that helicopter.
Correct.
So,
one of the two. Before we get into more helicopter news. Okay, so here we go. Grit Gear. I went back and watched the end of the last show. Per Dale. Monday, top 5 lead singers. Wednesday, top 5 lead women singers, women bands. I don't know. Why did me and Buckeye think it was women singers? That's what we got today. You got an hour to come up with your list. You're probably right.
We will do female today. That's fine because you already have it. So we'll do it today, and then we'll do the male next week. Or Wednesday.
No, not Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday.
I'm going to ask Representative.
But I do
Tim
feel
Burchett
vindicated. I'll tell you that.
Huh?
I do feel vindicated. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I went back, and then to the point, I remember like I was there. I mean, Gary, like this good question about the helicopter, though. I want to know what happened to her social media.
Right.
Yeah. Why? Again, these kind of things lead to only the conspiracy conclusion.
Why specifically say Biden aid? What was I?
Yeah.
Because that's really what the title of the one story I read was. Biden aid.
Yeah.
I mean, the other captain or something in the. Anyway, I don't know.
President Trump was asked about it, and here's what he had to say. And then I got Senator Ron Johnson, who may agree with us, Jim. So, but here's President Trump first.
On the crash, do you have any concerns that your commentary about things you have described as common sense or your observations could in any way interfere with the thorough investigation of the crash?
No, I think they'll do an investigation. It'll probably come out the way I said it. I like to put it up front. I'm so tired of listening to things happen to our country, and then people say we'll do an investigation, and 3 years later they come out with a report that nobody looks at. Especially, not in all cases can you do that, but in this case, you had a helicopter that was, the Blackhawk was too high. It was above the 200 limit by double. Shouldn't have been there. And there were some other mistakes made too, and I pointed them out also, and I was right on all of it, but they'll still do an investigation just to check it out. But
yeah, well, I mean, that's the truth. And I like that about them. A report comes out 3 years later. It's like Senate hearings. Mm-hmm. Besides the confirmation hearings that we're hearing, which has been a total joke. What has happened from any of the Senate hearings over the last 4 years? Can you name one thing?
Great bits for each senator.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Can you name anything that's happened?
No.
Anything, any consequence, anybody been fired, anybody been arrested, anybody been lost their jobs, people been primaried out. That's true. That'll happen. People like the Liz Cheneys lost their elections, and that's good news and all that. But other than that,
the Democrats are crossing the primary to keep a strong conservative candidate off. They're gonna, it's gonna be the midterm's gonna be ugly.
Yeah.
So,
look at this. This breaking news from Buckeye. Mexico just put pause on their tariffs already, and so we can kind of go into that. Let me show Ron Johnson, and then we'll get into some of the tariff news.
Yeah,
because that's just. I love how the left is just, and then Canada. Let me see all the things in my office made in Canada. Oh, nothing.
Yeah, they have to be. They have to act tough because President Trump called them out. So they had to act tough in front of their. And by the way, do you care that during an a hockey game in Canada, that when the United States national anthem was played, that they booed?
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't care.
It bothers me when it happens in the U.S. But
correct. And it bothers me when a bunch of Mexicans are burning American flags, but they're not staying. They're not going back to Mexico. So all those riots, that's a good place, I think, for ICE to start. It's just right there in that.
Just go to those rallies.
Oh, yeah, that's a pretty good place to start. So, or continue. Anyways, it doesn't bother me that they booed. I mean, they're a bunch of take your round bacon or what you call bacon and shove it up your ass. There's ham. Nothing, It's ham.
Ham.
Canadian bacon is
literally
ham.
It's ham. It's not. Yeah. I know bacon is from. Yeah. I get it.
Yeah.
This is a round piece of ham.
And Labatt's Blue sucks. So you keep that crap. And believe me, we can drink a lot better whiskey than Canadian whiskey. So
well,
a lot better whiskey. So Trudeau. The fact of the matter is, you lose this battle. This is a lost cause for you. Mexico, like Buckeye pointed out, thank you for showing that. Actually, already gave up. I mean,
you almost think they're France.
You almost Mexico, the new France. Anyways, let's listen to what Ron Johnson said about the helicopter crash, then we'll move on. Just because I think his take was pretty interesting.
Wild week in Washington, D.C. Nobody was expecting this, and since this is top of mind.
Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to remove it. But anyways, that's Benny Johnson, and he has a little podcast. You might have heard of him. I don't know.
Very well
as big
said.
as ours. Huh?
Yeah. Very well said.
Perhaps you can explain, like, from your position, how did this happen, and what reforms need to be made?
I'd say bureaucratic incompetence across the board. Why do they have any flight path of helicopters anywhere near Reagan National Airport, whether it's at the right altitude or not? I mean, that's just insane to do that. We know that the air traffic system has been broken. It's antiquated. We know it's not properly staffed. Why didn't the Biden administration do anything about it? Yeah. So no, these are problems that have been going on for years. People have known about it. But again, that's why I'm not a fan of government. It's completely incompetent. Really under anybody's management, you cannot properly manage a $7 trillion a year entity and expect anything better than this. Probably it's just it's sad. We've got to shrink the size of government so we can manage what we have a whole lot better. Because right now it's completely out of control.
I will say, if given the dark circumstances, at the very least, the Trump administration is being transparent, is telling us the truth, is like coming forward with an enormous amount of information, and we can rest assured that we're going to get to the bottom of what actually happened here. Final question on the subject, Senator: what do you believe actually happened?
I really don't know. It's completely inexplicable to me. It sure looked like that helicopter just purposely ran right into that airliner. What was the pilot? Did they close his eyes for? Again, you can't explain it. How can you not see an airplane when you are flying a helicopter close to a international airport? How can you not be looking all over the place, much less like right in front of you?
Yep.
You cannot explain this.
I think there's only one explanation: on purpose. I can't come to any other conclusion than that, right? So that's where we're at on it. That's my thoughts, and we can move on from it until we know more. But
but the one thing I will say about all of this, remember when all these train derailments were happening, and everybody was wondering where in the hell is Mayor Pete?
Yeah,
Duffy has been front and center
immediately
every time, front and center out there.
Well, did you hear that? Did you hear the reporter asked Trump if he's going to the crash site? You hear his response?
No.
That's a stupid question. It's in the water. And it's a stupid question. It was a stupid question.
But anyway, the leadership that this administration so far is, and we'll get into Kristi Noem here in a minute. I mean, she's freaking fantastic. I'm telling you. We've got to force these Republicans to get and just push these nominees through, get them through, because then we can start changing this country back to where it needs to be. And we have to get it done.
Correct.
It has to. So get off your asses and just do it. And Republicans, stop trying to be, I'm going to be both sides of the aisle. They don't go. Democrats don't. So anyway.
So a couple comments before we move on. This is true. Canadians over 30 years ago. Hold on. The only thing in my house that's from Canada is Crown Royal. That's right. It's the only thing. And I can live without it. I've got plenty of other choices. They're going to bail. I mean, they're going to follow Mexico's. Tarna, good morning, by the way. I like this one for making Spanish with a French accent. Oh, wait, that's called Portugal.
He has some great
ones. And here, Rich has some thoughts on this. Being a single engine pilot, so many things were done wrong that night. They were flying too high. For one, that helicopter should have never been flying in that pattern at all. Exactly, which makes me, there's no way this was accidental to me. I can't see it.
I can see how, if somebody turns around and says, look, this was done on purpose, we found this and this, it wouldn't surprise me.
It wouldn't surprise me. You're
right. It because again, there's a lot of questions. But incompetence is also there. It's also real.
It's true. Incompetence is there.
We can't,
there was more than one pilot on it. I mean, that's what I'm saying. There was more than there were more than one set of eyes on visual.
But I mean, the fact that the social media was brought down. Did somebody say something on social media that maybe I don't know.
And it took that long for them to release the third name. Why did it take that long? Yeah. Everything adds up to it stinks again to a cover up. To me, like the Las Vegas shooting, cover up. What's going on there? The assassination attempt on President Trump in Butler, Pennsylvania. What's the real story here?
And then
again, I put it past nobody in our government.
And we'll get into this in a little bit, but the attempt on Trump people within the like Hegseth, Johnson, that was a trans individual. So,
there was that report that it was the trans pilot in the Blackhawk. Obviously, was not. I'm glad we didn't report on it because I never
would until I hear for sure.
Me too. This is true. Emsdad, DEI is in the military. We all know what that leads. It's true. And so,
I would be curious, Emsdad, you are correct 100%. I would be curious to see we already know. Oh, by the way, just if nobody found this out during the time, we all know that it was undermanned, right? There should have been 30 air traffic controllers. There was only 19.
You're correct.
I don't know if any of you remember this. I forgot all about it until I read about it. But during the Obama administration, do you guys remember when they hired a whole because there's a lawsuit out there. There's a current lawsuit of a white person who is suing the Obama government during the Obama administration. After the test, after all the passing of the test, they literally said the Obama administration said it's too white.
Yep.
We gotta change something around here.
Diversity.
And so
this is what you get.
We know the last administration was the DEI administration. We knew that.
Yep.
But now they're being put into mechanics for airplanes.
That's what I'm saying.
This is just getting
this goes beyond just them flying it. We're talking mechanics for not just airplanes, but mechanics for our passenger airliners. We're talking DEI'd up. All these companies went full blown into the DEI initiative
to get money.
Because of that, I don't think it was incorrect for him to come right out and say it afterwards. This is what you get with DEI. Some Republicans disagree. Tim Burchett was like one of them and said, maybe not talk about that right away. There's and there's some agreement in that as well. Tommy Lauren, who I don't always agree with, that's for sure, was like, we got to stop with all this DEI. No, we don't. No, we don't. This is the reason why we're in this mess. This is the reason things like this happen. You got to hire a certain amount of, 400 genders. You got to hire a certain amount of colors. Hell, we had a vice president because of a DEI initiative. You see how well that went. It was all DEI. So I don't have, but anyways.
Yeah, that lawsuit's been around since 2014, 2015. So it's been around a long time. Yeah. And when you sit there and say too white.
Right there. Too white? That sounds pretty racist to me. No, you can't be racist against a cracker.
Not then.
Whiteys. Yeah.
Not
whiteys.
then.
You can't be racist against whiteys. Don't you know the law? Oh, happy Black History Month, by the way. We're talking about all this.
But anyway, DEI just not. It's
not good.
DIE.
Yep. Let's move on here. We got some cool things that I want to play. The confirmation hearings happened. Of course, John Thune.
Are we done with tariffs already?
Yeah. No. Okay, I'm sorry. We can talk about tariffs more if you want. Okay, we kind of.
Well, we really didn't talk. We got back.
All right, let's talk about tariffs. Go on, Jim. Talk to me about tariffs.
Well,
I'm waiting.
The only point I wanted to make on the tariffs point.
Oh, you had a point. That's why you wanted to talk about it.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Folks, I'm going to play a video from Bergam. Okay. Literally, President Trump said, because you are allowing fentanyl to come across the northern border, the southern border, in China, you are supplying the fentanyl that is coming into our country and killing our citizens. And you're not doing a damn thing to stop it.
Yep.
That's what the tariffs for.
Correct.
That is, how can the left be upset about a president who's trying to save the lives of American people because we have people in the north and people in the south who just let the shit come through?
Because it doesn't matter. Again, they've not learned a lesson. It doesn't matter what Trump. If Trump said oxygen's bad, they'd all hold their breath. You know it. Let's hear Bergam. You got it.
Yep. An incentive for Americans to say, let's get going on producing energy here. But you saw the lower tariff on Canadian energy. I mean, this reflects President Trump thoughtfully considering the impacts on American, but still putting pressure on those related to the border. I mean, this isn't a trade war with Canada or Mexico or China. This is about fentanyl. I mean, we've had mass invasion of our country, and we've been taking mass casualties. We lose almost 300 people a day to overdose deaths in this country. That's a tragedy. President Trump wants it to end, and that's what these tariffs began with. That is about securing our border for both legal entry, but also because of the drugs that are killing our Americans.
100%.
Secretary of the Interior, folks.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely 100% true.
It's nice to have leadership in this.
It is nice. It's nice to have adults running the country again, isn't it?
But that's what it is, guys. I mean, I don't know how we convince the left. I just don't know. I don't know how we convince the left that, and you never will. That is exactly what it's about.
Yep, it is about that. Yep. And matter of fact, we got. I think
we'll be playing that. We'll be playing the commercial here.
Yep, in a minute here. But yeah, thank you for joining the show.
Yes, thank you very much.
It's about the drug cartels and the drug flow. There's no doubt about it. If you're seeing that up there, folks, that's Shop with America, who's commented on this. They are a new corporate sponsor to the Patriots Prayer Network, folks. So we got a little something to play here for them. I think it's on here. Yep. Eddie put it on there. Thank you. So listen to this. It's about a minute. We'll be right back. Talk about it.
Welcome to Shop with America, where the emphasis is on America. Our movement is to switch away from your shopping with the big box stores and the mega corporations back to supporting family-owned, made in America. We've been giving these big box stores our money every day for years. But what's happened is they've forced many small businesses to shut down. We call this the illusion of choice. We see all these products in these stores, but in reality, it's only a few companies that control it all. There are thousands of lawsuits for health damage because they put profit over our people. But there is another choice. We found a better way. There's a family-owned American factory with product integrity and have always done things the right way for the right reasons. And this company outperforms the big box stores. That's due to their month-to-month shopping club. They make everyday consumer products that we all use and buy again and again, like toothpaste, shampoo, coffee, and organic beef. Go to shopwithamerica.us today.
That's right, folks. Go to shopwithamerica.us. I'm telling you, this is a great site. It's first of all, if you're really worried about tariffs and you're worried about your products getting here on time, shop with America, right? You don't have to worry about any of that stuff, do you?
Well, and the funny thing is when they sit there and say, well, you won't have your cars made. Well, you do know that these assembly plants, they can be adjusted real quickly. So if there is a truck being made in Mexico that needs to be moved to the United States, boom, we've been in them. Okay.
Yep.
They can adjust real easy.
Real easily, man. They can make the switch like that. So
do you want to play this game, Canada and Mexico? Do you really want to play this game?
Yep.
We don't need to.
Yep.
We don't need to.
We don't need it.
You want to play the game.
You saw on the ad, the Shop with America, you saw all that circle with all those companies. By the way, I mean, we're talking about BlackRock and Vanguard, all those companies that were, you want to talk about how deep that goes. Go to shopwithamerica.us, please. Join their monthly club, support US brands. And our prices haven't gone up and aren't in the last 4 years. So
these solid,
I don't know how
business folks. Just go out and check them out. Everyday items, like they said, everyday items you buy. Maybe maybe the big store of that big basin down in South America. Maybe you don't buy from that anymore.
Maybe you don't buy from that anymore. Maybe you just don't anymore.
Go out and check them out, folks.
And it's online and it's simple and it's easy to use and it's a great website. So my family plans on using it. I know Jim's does. We hope you do too as well. I still suggest getting your coffee from lockandloadcoffee.com. That's just, I think that's where you got to go shop for your coffee. But Shop with America, welcome, family owned, not a conglomerate. It's great. We'd love to have you on too to talk about it. So if you want to come on the show, we'd love to have you on as well.
Proud to have you. Yeah, if you want to come on, let us know. Reach out, and we'll have.
Love to have you come on and talk about it. It's great. It's absolutely great. Just welcome aboard and thank you. By the way,
there's just something. Yeah, welcome aboard. Great to have you. It's going to be fun. It is. To see what we can do.
Super excited.
We're real quick. It's American company. We have the best.
We have the best apparel and coffee, and we're family owned. Agreed.
Yep. So there was just a report that came across. Mexico has agreed to send 10,000 troops to the U.S. border to pause the tariffs.
Oh, look at that. Winning. Are you guys
Everybody's playing checkers and President Trump is playing chess.
So let's hear the left now. Let's tune to CNN and see what they'll be like. Shit.
Why do they keep caving? Why?
How does this work? What does this man do? Oh, I don't know. He's smart and he runs our country.
Keep whining all they want to.
Yeah,
the View can. Because their viewership keeps going down. Whatever, keep doing what you're going to do. But sorry, the View. Eggs will come down.
Yeah, they'll come down.
So will the food. Again,
well, you got to
spend 14 days.
You got to wait till the chicks that are alive become chickens. Since they killed all those chickens. Got got to start producing eggs, right?
We don't have
can't kill all the
fast-growing
chickens
chickens
and
like
think
we have trees. We have to.
Yeah, that's right. We're not just growing chickens. Well, Tyson
But
might
anyway,
be
folks,
overseeing
tariffs.
hormones and those things. Yep,
Tariffs is a negotiation
allegedly.
that President Trump is doing. And
Yep, correct.
it's working. Okay, it's working.
It works.
So
Tariffs
when you
work.
sit there and want to panic, oh my God, I can't believe he's putting all these tariffs on. Look at what he did for the American steel industry in his first term. Look at what it did. It improved that. It brought it back. It's just folks. Let's just pump the brakes a little bit. And let's see how. Well, we don't have to. We don't have to pump the brakes because we've always been 100% behind them. But
correct.
Tariffs.
Yeah, it's crazy. So
here's another.
Things.
Can I show one thing real quick?
How that works? You're right, M's dad. And then this. Stay tuned this evening for the wailing of the damned on CNN. That is correct.
MSNBC. Their numbers are going up, by the way.
They won't even talk about it. They will not. They won't even bring it up. MSNBC.
I want to
go on. You got something else?
Show another leadership.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys always remember Mayorkas, right? Remember?
What? Yeah.
Did Mayorkas ever do this?
And not
Did Mayorkas ever do this?
Probably not.
With the great Americans out here in our border patrol, so we're going to go check things out, spend some time with them, and really see what some of the challenges are and what additional resources they need to make sure that we're dealing with the criminal actors that come across this border.
To spend some time with them to make sure they have the resources they need.
Am I wrong, or am I wrong in stating that I could watch Kristi Noem videos all day?
Anyway,
what am I? I mean, my God,
she is the best person for this job. And it doesn't matter who she is, doesn't matter what. This was not a DEI hire, folks. This was one of those situations where this was a fantastic hire. What's going on?
Mayorkas would have been under the horse. Thank you.
That's not wrong.
We need a writer for our show.
When the ICE in New York went in, she was right there with them.
I know.
Geared up. Yeah. Mayorkas was going and buying his $20 pastry items so it seems like the Biden administration. If you don't know what I'm talking about, folks, go to X, type in Mayorkas pastries, and you'll see him come out during a crisis time of the border when people are being killed and murdered and raped. Killed and murdered, that's kind of the same thing, isn't it? But raped, it's he had to make his appointment to get his pastries.
He did.
The previous administration were more worried about the prestige. The publicity they got. The money
they would collect.
They could care less about us.
We haven't even gotten into it. We are with Representative Tim Burchett on Wednesday. We're going to get into the missing money from Ukraine. We're going to get into all this Doge money that they found and saved, this U.S. aid, which does not stand for aid. Nobody's getting any money from that, but this was trillions of dollars. We'll get into all that with the representative on Wednesday.
But the thing is, on that U.S. aid, foreign leaders are happy that it has stopped because they said less than 10% of it actually goes to help people in need within their country.
And people are saying closer to 0%.
It goes to opposition.
It does.
It goes to, folks, they have what Doge is doing. Is now we'll get into the one thing they just did. I got a little thing on that where they went in the Treasury Department. Anyway, we'll get into that here as we get going. But Doge is working. Doge
is working, folks. Doge is working. Kristi Noem, sticking with her, was on Laura Ingle. Let's hear what she had to say there.
Kristi Noem, Secretary of Homeland Security. Secretary Noem, thanks for joining us. How soon will Gitmo be ready? We kind of floated this idea a couple of nights ago because obviously they had all the Haitian refugees there. But how soon will the facility be ready to take in these illegals?
It won't take very long at all. We already have some dangerous criminals there that are illegal aliens. And so the facilities can be stood up quite quickly. They're soft-sided. And we have the space. We just got to get to work.
What do you think of these officials from blue cities like Minneapolis, St. Paul that are essentially saying, don't even think about worrying. We got you, to the aliens?
Well, they're not taking care of their people. Clearly, we want to come in and help make their streets safer. It was amazing to me the other morning when I was in New York City. It was 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, and the community members were walking past us on the streets and saying, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for getting these folks out of these apartment buildings, these dangerous.
Yep, it's exactly right. And I've got one unhinged liberal, and I'm going to say the word retard. I am. We're allowed to say it again. Trump's it.
I think we can say it again without.
Yep. Language warning for those of you that have little ones listening.
I like to be called weight impaired.
Nobody's has a little one listening, huh?
I like to be called thin impaired. Actually,
thin impaired.
I don't like to be called what you always call me.
Jim, good news. Good news. As we always say, you beat anorexia. So congratulations. If the
56 years in a row.
Undefeated in anorexia, aren't you? Anorexia is not funny. Eating disorders.
I used to look good
funny.
in high school.
Huh?
I used to look good. I used to look good in high school.
Jim, you still look good, buddy. But that's thanks to Grit Gear Apparel. Now,
mentally challenged.
So that's why. Mentally challenged. Yes, I know. Mentally challenged. That's what. Here we go. I've got a mentally challenged liberal with some vile language. So pre-warning on that. But this is, I think, personally, I think it's another good candidate for ICE to show up to. And, maybe Kristi Noem can knock on her door. I think it's a her. Here, listen to this.
All right. Fuck it. ICE is doing whatever the fuck the orange tyrant is telling them to do.
First of all, is that a girl? I'm struggling.
I'm going to guess it's a
female.
You know what? I can't guess.
I'm struggling.
I'm going to guess it's a guy.
Are you?
Who's trying to be feminine. That's what I'm guessing. But
I'm thinking feminine who's trying to be a hard ass. Hold on. Here's more of the mentally challenged Zimzer.
They're, invading schools, churches, hospitals. Nothing's fucking off limits. Listen.
Yep, hospitals.
I live right next to an elementary school. My house has been used to harbor escaping black slaves. My house was part of the Underground fucking Railroad, and I will not hesitate to hide those kids in my basement to keep them safe, to get them back to their fucking family.
Do that, please.
Didn't John Wayne Gacy hide kids in his basement?
But no, I hope she does, because you just said you were going to break the law. Tom Homan's going, what's that name again?
Yeah, I was saying, Mr. Homan, we got a candidate for you here.
And you're telling me that I will not hesitate to barricade my doors to protect those fucking kids, and I'll hide their parents. I don't know if my tunnels are still connected, because there's houses all down the street that have tunnels hidden in them. I will hide those kids to protect those kids and their fucking families. Fuck Trump.
So, folks, let me before we say anything.
Okay,
go ahead. No. Oh, okay. I mean, I don't care if you say anything, but I'm just saying. I love how she's like, my house has tunnels that were used in the Underground Railroad, as if slavery is comparison to illegals committing crimes and raping and murdering our citizens.
Yeah. So where's
the unhinged left?
Where's Whoopi Goldberg being upset with that he's comparing illegal criminals?
We
got to add criminals here, folks, because that's
no. These are just children. She's going to hide all the children in her basement, his basement.
Okay,
it's basement.
The Trump administration is not going to go into schools and bust down classroom doors.
Hospitals apparently too now
to take kids out. It's not going to happen. It won't happen.
It won't.
No, I think the Biden administration would have done that before. Trump administration. The Biden administration would have done that before Trump administration. They're not going to do that. They're not.
They're not. I mean,
but now the criminals are being picked up. The criminals. Rapists, murderers.
Does anybody understand this? Gang members are being sent back to their respective shitholes. That's what's happening. Folks, come on. Do we have any comments, Jim?
Lots of them.
What do we got?
This ridiculous display of chest puffery is ridiculous.
I know.
Yes, it is.
Tough guy girl.
As soon as Tom Holland shows up at her door, we don't know if it's a she, though. That's the problem.
We don't.
That's
I mean, how dare you
will
misgenderize?
Harboring aliens.
Good luck with that.
And then we have another man.
Good luck. Yep. I mean, that's it. What a dumb shit. You couldn't stop a loaf of bread, Buckeye.
No. Buckeye, they're going to barricade their door.
Yeah.
So there's no way they're going to be able to get in.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, unbelievable. But I just thought I'd show you some of that unhinged nonsense going on there. I do want to jump in if I can. Oh, the NAACP is trying to make it a racist thing. I know. Oh, I'm telling you, I cannot wait for the next 4 years. Every day, it's just, I'm happier and happier of winning.
Somebody needs to explain something to me. Okay. Mm-hmm. I want to play something real quick. We don't need to go, but talking about coming unhinged.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We got a couple things I want to play from the leaders of the Democrat Party.
One in the House, videos.
One in the Senate.
Okay.
Folks, if you haven't heard this, okay, it's not the whole thing, but you're going to get the gist of what Hakeem Jeffries just called for right now.
Okay.
Fight it. Legislatively, we're going to fight it in the courts, and we're going to fight it in the streets.
Oh,
now what he is referring to is the Trump agenda.
Yeah.
They're fighting the Trump agenda in the streets.
Yep, they are, Hakeem.
Is that not an insurrection?
That seems like an insurrection to me.
I'm gonna fight President Trump's policies in the streets.
Yep. That's clearly an insurrection. What else you got, Jim?
Apparently, Viagra is working very well. For one, Chuck U. Schumer.
For who? Okay, go ahead.
Chuck U. Schumer.
Chuck U. Schumer.
Democracy are deep. People are aroused. I haven't seen people so aroused in a very, very long time.
You probably
in terms of trying to get this done. So yes, I think democracy will have an effect, and we are going to keep at it.
Chuck's aroused. Well, have you seen his manly wife?
This was from when they stopped the money going to these different places because they wanted to make they wanted to make sure the money was going correctly where it should go.
Yeah,
right. That's when this started.
Yeah.
So there's people in the streets that are so turned on by what Trump is doing that they're aroused.
They're just aroused. there's a tingle going down their leg.
Misunderstood what they were saying. And anyway, this is the leader of the Democrat Party in the Senate, folks.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. And then speaking of that, I mean, they just hired new leadership at for the Democrats in general. Did you see these nine? So one of them's David Hogg. We know him. I'll play him in a minute.
Keep them coming.
Yeah. Here's the other guy. What's his name? Ken something? I forget. I wrote it down somewhere. I almost didn't care. That's how much. It's very unprofessional. But here's this dude. Listen to him talk. What a party they had there. They haven't learned a thing.
Specify that when we have a gender non-binary candidate or officer, the non-binary individual is counted as neither male nor female, and the remaining 6 offices must be gender balanced. With the results of the previous 4 elections, our elected officers are currently 2 male and 2 female. In order to
because that's all the genders.
Is there anything else other than that?
Well, there is. If you look in the right-hand corner.
First of all, there's a Zim in there. Isn't
there's
that what
Zim?
Zimmer's nickname was?
Wasn't it who?
Don Zimmer.
Don Zimmer.
Don Zimmer. Zim.
There's Don Zimmer. There. Her. Z. She. His. Z. They. Them. Z. I don't know if I'm saying these right. Zay. I mean, these things. Nothing begins. Xylophone's the only X word that begins with X, isn't it? What is going on? Well, let's listen to the rest of this nonsense.
To be gender balanced, we must.
Here we go.
We must elect 1 male, 1 female, and 1 person of any gender.
That's 1 female and 1 male. You just
did.
You just mentioned.
You just did. right before this started, he said we had an election, two males and two females.
We just seems fair. Here we go.
This is what we have to do for this vice chair race. We have to elect one male, one female, and one person of any gender.
You know who they elected?
To
Two white men.
our process accounts for male, female, and non-binary candidates, we conferred with our RBC co-chair, our LGBT caucus co-chair, and others to ensure that the process is inclusive and meets the gender balance requirements in our rules.
Did you understand
to do this,
what he
our
said?
process will be slightly different than
I speak jive.
Do we have to keep watching?
The one outlined to you earlier this week. But I hope you will see that in practice it is simple and transparent. The order of balloting is designed to ensure equal access to the ballot, regardless of gender identity.
I'm done. I don't know. There's more. I'm done. He lost me. Or she lost me. Or Z lost me. I don't know. What was it?
Okay. Aiken, one of my coworkers, it's about identity, not skill or merit. Yeah, that's the crazy thing that's going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's what is happening
that's
in this
EI.
country of ours.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep, Matt Jones straight from the DNC.
From the DNC.
M's dad, correct, but that actually gives me hope because they won't get anywhere near the White House.
I know that's. I mean, I agree.
Yeah,
they haven't learned. Are those even words?
This guy made Kamala Harris sound intelligent with her word salad.
Yeah.
No idea what he was talking about.
No idea. They got to hire some aliens or I don't know. But
they just don't get it.
And this guy, remember David Hogg, who was at every crisis that ever happened and every school
because
shooting.
Wasn't he one of the survivors of Parkland? Is that?
Yeah, he was. He survived a whole bunch of stuff. I think he was probably in Vegas. I think he probably was on the space shuttle that blew up and survived it. I don't know. He's been everywhere, right? This is him. This is who they're riding. They're hitching their wagon to this guy.
Are you ready to go on the offense? Yeah! Are you ready to go on the offense? Yeah! We have to win back our young people. I am the only candidate in this race for any of these positions that is under 30.
For a reason.
Good job.
Point shift to the right of our young people. We must show our young people we give a damn about them, that we support them, and we invest in them. I have raised over $11 million in the past year to support the future of our party, because I don't just tweet, I don't just talk the talk, I also walk the walk and I knock the knock in doors across the country, but I'm counting on you in this moment right now.
He walks the walk and knocks the knock.
Your support. Please vote for me. Thank you so much.
Oh my God.
Just there is a reason. And vote for him.
There is also hey, what did I do? Remove. That was Trudeau.
Same difference.
Same difference. Yeah, I meant to play that during the whole tariff thing, but you went on some tirade about some other stuff, so I moved on.
But that's what we do. Go ahead.
I know we went on to 12 different things, so I apologize.
Go ahead. We'll play that because I got an nephew. I got to show the new cult that we have to be worried about in this country.
Well, I also want to talk about the confirmations that are not happening.
Let's do that because
John Thune is, since John Thune is absolutely a buffoon, and we knew it, and he's a liar, and he's a rhino, and I get what's happening here. DED, I don't know what's going on here. Some going on.
I think it's retard. I think. I don't know. I don't know if retard did. I think what they're trying to do.
Oh, are they?
RET, and then there's somebody's missing an R.
It should have been
or T. I don't know.
I love it. I love it though. Keep it going. Oh, I misspelled on purpose. Yeah, you did. I mean, I get it now.
Ooh, Tarna.
As you should have. Yeah, because you can't write the word, you'll get banned.
What a limp
wristed soul boy. He is. David Hogg is just, I mean, this guy is going to be.
You are correct. The Democrats is that you sell your soul to the devil if you want to follow that.
Well, I love how he's like, we have to commit to our young and our youth. What he means is we have to somehow bribe them again to think that we give a shit about them like they do the blacks every 4 years or the Latinos every 4 years or any other, group every 4 years. They have to lie to pretend that they care about them. That's exactly what that speech was about. Anyways, confirmation hearings. Here's what's going on. Senator Mike Lee was on Laura Ingraham, I love Mike Lee. And he talked about the Senate confirming and what should happen here. And they better take note of this.
Patel knocked it out of the park. I've been in the Senate for 14 years, on the Judiciary Committee the entire time. I don't think I've ever seen a nominee facing so many headwinds perform so masterfully, handle himself so flawlessly as Kash Patel did today. Look, they threw everything at him they had. And every single time he proved up to the task. Here's the thing, Laura, there's so much pearl clutching going on here. These are the same people who looked the other way for the last 4 years as a campaign of politically motivated lawfare has been underway, wreaking havoc on the American constitutional form of government. Not a peep out of them, not a worry in the world about the political weaponization of the FBI. Now you've got somebody coming in promising to clean it up, and they hate him for it. They're irate about the fact that somebody's going to be doing that. They're the ones now panicked about lawfare when Kash Patel all along has said it's wrong. He's not going to engage in it. And they don't want to take yes for an answer.
Correct. Yep. Correct. Do you think, Jim, in your humble opinion, let's go through them. Kash Patel, did he get confirmed? Yes.
Easily.
No?
All Republicans will vote for him. Yes.
RFK Jr. Yes. Or no?
Yeah, I think there's going to be enough Dems to vote for him, and I think there's going to be enough Republicans to vote for him. I think he gets in.
Tulsi Gabbard.
That scares me. Todd Young, senator from Indiana.
You're Indiana senator.
Wake up.
Yep.
Wake up. I mean, I will inundate your, not that it matters, but I'll inundate your box with as much crap as you can possibly have, and you will be primaried out. Don't even start this.
Yep.
There was a comment down here. Let me see. Here it is. Confirm them all. No excuses.
No excuses.
We don't need a Democrat, folks. We don't need it.
Yep.
We don't need one.
We don't.
So just
we can lose three. We can lose three Republicans. That's not my point. That's why I think Tulsi Gabbard will get in. I don't think there's three Republicans.
I think they're all going to get in because I think there's going to be. I still think there's going to be some Democrats that like Tulsi Gabbard, and there's going to be some Republicans. They're all getting in. I believe.
Correct.
It's just I just think. But that's my opinion. But guys, folks out there, Dale, wouldn't you have just loved it? I know you couldn't. He couldn't do it. But when he was being asked by the Dems, you're gonna weaponize the DOJ.
Yep.
Wouldn't you have loved him to come back and say, "Oh, now that's a bad thing"? I would have loved it if he would have said that.
Now you care about it.
Now you care.
Really?
Yeah.
Now you care about it. So yeah, that's Kash Patel was absolutely money.
He was great.
Tulsi Gabbard was money.
Yeah.
RFK Jr. was RFK Jr. Just exactly like I thought he would be. He was exactly
and what
like
was the onesie thing with Bernie?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Like, I mean, when he had his campaign and they had, you have gear, you have hats, you have clothes. They had these onesies, for babies, about them. And he's like, will you commit to not sell that? And he's like, my campaign's no longer in existence. Like, I'm not selling anything. But will you commit to not selling that?
But what was really great about RFK is when he called out every one of those senators who get money from Big Pharma.
Yeah,
Bernie, I don't get money from the CEOs. I get money from the workers, which is kind of the
same thing.
Kind of.
So bull crap. So
Aiken, I think Pam Bondi's confirmation is tonight.
Yeah, I think it is, and I think she's. I don't think there's any problem.
No,
I didn't bring it up. I didn't think that was a problem.
All 53 Republicans will vote for her. She's fine.
Yeah, correct, easily.
Yeah, and you are right, M's dad. Any Republican senator who doesn't get on board needs to be primaried.
Primary him out. Primary him out, and that includes Young, if that's the
case.
And
I want to make careful. I want everybody to Kentucky. McConnell's not running this next time. He's done. This is his last term. He's finishing it out.
Thank God.
But he has so much power in Kentucky. He's going to get the pick.
I know.
Who is that? And I think Kentucky, if anybody out there lives in Kentucky, anybody lives in Kentucky, you can't let that happen. So, I mean, whoever he recommends, go the other way.
Yeah.
I mean, just because he's terrible.
Exactly. So what do we got? We got some comments here. What do we got? Which one?
Dems are afraid of Kash. He'll come for them because they are criminals. That's right. If you didn't do anything wrong, you have nothing to worry about.
Yeah. I'm assuming this one I'm going to play, Jim.
Yeah.
Hold on. I think we're talking about Tulsi. I think that's
Either
what we're
way.
talking. Or are we talking
Pam
about
Bondi,
Christine Home?
Tulsi,
Pam Bondi. Which one are we talking about? Yeah, don't tell my wife either. There, to the point. So
Elizabeth Warren.
Amy Klobuchar. Who's the one dude with purple hair? That's a woman. That one. Yeah, when you look at the Democrat women, let's be upfront and honest about this. When you look at the Democrat women and then you look at the Republican women, what's easier on the eyes? Let's just be honest. Not only are they more intelligent, not only I get all that,
a lot.
Not only are they have common sense and they have a pure love for this country. The eye test, just Democrat women are gross. Gross. If you're listening out there and you're a Democrat woman, you're gross.
I'm going to go as far as to put some of the male Republican candidates up against the female. I mean, I want to go that because Duffy, that's a handsome man.
A handsome man. much better looking than any Democrat woman, you know? Oh my God, it's true.
Apparently, I shouldn't have said Elizabeth Warren. Apparently, I don't know.
Jim ruins everything. I told you, I hate Jim. We all do. Grit Gear's listening. He knows why. Jim, do you got anything else to play before?
No, I think we should get to
Are you good? What time is it? Folks, it's our mistakenly weird top 5. Who knew what it was? Apparently, there were some listeners, including myself, who thought it was one thing, and now it's another. Jim was right, apparently, because Grit Gear snitched. Snitches end up in stitches where I come from, so you want to be careful about that. But apparently it was supposed to be male lead singers, which I think is just gay.
You guys don't understand how awesome this is to have Dale have to tell me that I was.
So maybe I was wrong, but we are doing top.
The only thing
5.
better is if my wife would tell me that I'm right.
Well, everybody can go back, probably listen to the end of the show, but for some reason we thought, I thought it was top 5 female lead singers in bands. Okay. So that's what it is today, folks. So if you got your list, put them up there. Top 5 female lead singers. They have to be in a band. It could be an all-female band. It could just be a band.
Correct.
Just the female has to be the lead singer. Jim is going to go first because he says I'm going to like all of them.
I think so.
Or I'm going to agree with all of them. Jim's going to know
whether or not you agree with them is beside the point, because even if somebody was on there you liked, you're going to disagree with because that's who you are.
Jim, are you calling me a liar? Top 5.
No.
What do you got? Wait, before you go on, let me see who you got here in the background.
I don't know who they are.
I see. I know a lot of them.
I just saw a picture of female singers and I put it up there.
You don't even know if they're real. They are.
Some of them are real. They look familiar.
They look familiar. All right, Jim. What is your number 5?
Going back to the 80s because that's usually what I do.
I know. I like the 80s too.
Susanna Hoff from the Bangles.
She's okay. She is still to this day. Like I was in love with her, and I might still be to this day. I don't know what's going on. But again, don't tell my wife. But she already knows. She was just smoking. She's still pretty today.
She's everything with this. I mean, again, this was an all-female group, but
correct.
She's great. She's the one reason behind that group.
She's the reason behind that group.
Matt Jones, yes, all time.
Yep. I agree. I agree with you.
And these are ours. Okay, because there's some people out there.
Yeah. This isn't like some list.
I was not a Courtney Love fan.
No.
So, but some people might say, "Oh my God, I loved her." It's just not. Okay.
No, she killed.
Number 4, another 80s.
Yeah.
Linda Carlisle from the Go-Go's.
Okay.
I
like the way you did yours. I just did go on. Yeah, I like the way
phenomenal.
You did it.
She was great. I mean, just the lead singing, the energy, and then when she went on her solo career, she was really good. She's
I'm okay with that.
Now here's where we get into
not
some
my
harder,
type of music, but
here's where we get what
some
harder stuff.
Okay,
like these were all pop. right?
Yep.
So now we're getting into some hard. This might surprise some people on my end, but Joan Jett, number 3.
That totally surprises me.
She's got that sound, when you sit there and you hear it, and not to mention the fact that she and Lita Ford were in the same band together.
I know that would have been, that would have been the one I picked.
Lita Ford, close, because I do like Lita Ford. I really do. But Joan Jett, there's just something, and they got to put in there because I love rock and roll.
They Black Cherries? What were they? Who were they?
I thought
called?
It was Runaways. Is that
Runaways?
What it was called?
That's who it is. Runaways.
So,
yep.
But I just thought she was phenomenal, and I just like that.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Here's the one that's going to surprise the ever living shit out of you.
Out of me?
Her vocals are absolutely spot on, folks. Amy Lee from Evanescence.
We've got.
We have
finally got one.
If you have never heard her, oh my God, she's
unbelievable. Her voice is spectacular. You cannot go wrong with this. I know who your number 1 is now.
Really close to number 1. I kid you not. Really,
I know
close
who your number 1 is now.
But number 1, when you go from range, from Alone to Barracuda.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be hard.
The sound that she puts out there, I'm telling you, she is number 1, and that is Ann Wilson from Heart.
I don't disagree with. I have no problem with your list today, which is weird.
She is. I mean, I'm telling you, she's the reason I listen to Heart. Now Nancy's the reason I watch Heart.
Yeah.
But she's she's just. Alone. Come on.
Is there any reason on this slide you couldn't put the N after Wilson?
It was right when I first had it.
I know. Jim, I have absolutely no problem with your list, to be honest with you.
Damn.
They're not. We only have one, and I'm sure you know who that is. But there is. You're going to have a major problem with my list. Most people might, because they might not be as popular to them as they are, as far as I think. But I do have, some
before we go, can we play some
comments? I need you to play them.
Aiken.
Okay. Top
Pat
5.
Benatar, Stevie Nicks, Ella Fitzgerald, Aretha Franklin, and Tina Turner. Boy,
was Ella Fitzgerald in a band?
You went.
Was Ella Fitzgerald in a band? I guess
no. But that's okay. It's Aiken.
Gladys Knight was, but not really a band.
He can do that, though. He's fine.
You're allowed to do what you want, but there's rules.
Buckeye.
Pat Benatar,
Ann Wilson,
Susan Hoff, Stevie Nicks, Lizzie Hale.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Stole one.
I'm not familiar with Lizzie Hale. So
you will be. If you don't know who she is.
Karna, Ann Wilson, Stevie Nicks, Pat Benatar, Aretha Franklin, Karen Carpenter.
Had a very good voice.
Tommy Boy had one of the best scenes in Tommy Boy. Had to do with they couldn't decide on a song, and then they get into a Karen Carpenter song. They're like, "Well, I'm okay if you are."
Yep.
And they start singing.
I forgot about. That's a good choice, actually.
Yeah. That's very
good. Rest in peace. But
those are really good.
Those are good.
And Wilson seems, and Pat Benatar, they seem to be 2 of the popular ones. I didn't like the Stevie Nicks voice. My brother hates me for it, but Stevie Nicks, I just never really was a huge fan. So,
Okay. On to, I think, the list. I think, no doubt, the list. And I think some of the listeners will agree with it. They might not.
You just say the D
5.
list?
The list.
D list, right.
Top 5 female bands, singers, right? Okay. You probably, and most people might not agree, but my number 5, and you might not even know who they are, The Pretty Reckless. Lead singer, Taylor Momsen. Now, you'll know Taylor Momsen. You'll know who she is, because she was in the live version of Horton Hears a Who. She was little Lulu, whatever that.
I never watched.
She was an actress. Yes. If you don't know, and I put some songs up there, I told you guys might not know this.
I'm not familiar with this.
You're not familiar with them. They've been around a while. Her voice and her music in that band is amazing. They follow those songs. Follow Me Down, House on a Hill, these are songs you need to just listen to. And then tell me whether or not her voice is spectacular and her music is spectacular.
I'm open.
I know you are. I knew you wouldn't know them.
Nope.
This is where also now you will recognize the name. Number 4,
Lizzie Hale.
Hailstorm. Lizzie Hale.
That's okay. Hailstorm.
That's Hailstorm. All right. So unbelievable. The fact that I put her 4 is probably an injustice to her in a way, to be honest with you. She could have been number 1. I just have 3 more that I just absolutely, for me, are my choice. But there's some songs to listen to. Amazing, incredible voice. Number 3, the Cranberries. Now, I put them in there not because all of their songs were a hit, but because her voice is absolutely spectacular. I know you don't agree.
I've heard of the Cranberries, but I couldn't.
You've heard of Zombie and Linger and all. You've heard these songs.
I want to. Maybe I heard them.
Rest
I just
in
can't.
Peace.
I can't put it to the people.
Passed away.
So,
but yes, their songs.
I'm not going to judge because I'm not familiar with them. So, but there's a lot of people here that are agreeing. So, yeah, no problem.
Some are not. I have this one here from, I don't even know who this person is, saying what? Nice to see we have alcoholics joining the show. And this, R.I.P. Dolores. She's an incredible singer in general, just her voice. Anyways, I knew there'd be some that wouldn't be agreeable. Number 2, the Bangles. Yep. So I didn't even put one lead singer, but we know Susan, it was the main one. But I just, no doubt about it, to me, it's not like I was like, oh my God, I'm so in love with their music back in the day when it came out. I was more in love with her. But it was such iconic music and kind of a one-of-a-kind band to me back in the day. So I put them
Eternal
there.
Flame. Eternal Flame is just it goes through the generations.
It does. I think I screwed up on a slide too. Number 2. Yeah, I had them backwards. That was number 3. This is number 2. I had them backwards.
Okay.
My number 1, Evanescence. Yep. So I knew we'd have the same. Amy Lee. Again, I could just amazing talent there. To this day, if you even heard her, I mean, she's 20 years into her career now, and she can still belt it out.
My Immortal, it's just weird. It's really weird, but I get goosebumps when I hear it because she's just that.
Yep.
Just listen to it, folks. If you haven't heard her, I mean,
it's incredible.
It's great.
It's absolutely incredible. And I have my top 5 male for Wednesday. I do already off the bat, and that one will be easier to me. But that is my top 5 list. I mean, agree or not disagree, that's fine. Again, I knew there'd be some on there that people are like, who are they?
You and I had 2.
We had 2.
That's very rare.
2 out of the 5. And so when you were doing it, and then of course Buckeye had Lizzie Hale on there from Hailstorm, and what do we have? RIP. I hope never. What's this? I have never heard of her. We talking about Cranberries, or I don't know. I don't know which one we're talking about. But anyways, if you haven't heard of Lizzie Hale either,
I'm gonna go out and check some of. I can't disagree with any of those because I'm not familiar with them.
Yeah,
but Buckeye made a comment earlier here. Let me find it here. Yeah. If you like Amy Lee, Lizzie Hale's range put her to shame. So
it's true. So she does. Her range is incredible.
Yeah. So I think I'll go out and check it out because Amy Lee, she's pretty solid. So I'll check it out.
She is, and it's a different.
I have heard of Hailstorm. I have heard of Hailstorm, but I couldn't tell you one of their songs.
I could have put Paramore on there if you don't know them either.
I know who Paramore is.
Okay, I could have put them on there, but then there's some of their crap to me that isn't great, so there's just some things that I just don't resonate with on them, but they're not bad, Pretty Reckless.
But, the funny thing
I
is,
love their music. Huh?
You and I, neither one of us had the country album of the year winner.
We did not have Beyonce. I can't believe we didn't talk about that. I am so embarrassed.
What a joke. I mean, what a joke.
So here we got some more comments too. What is it? This one, I'll send some links to her songs. The Discord, that's for people who want to hear it. And she writes all their songs. She does too. That's impressive. Lizzie's my girl. Love Hailstorm.
I'll give it a listen.
Nice guys. Good choices on both. Thank you, Tarna. Appreciate it. Give them a listen, if you want, and give us your opinion. But guess what? Wednesday is. It's going to be top male.
Mm-hmm.
So, Rich, you can go back and listen. Top male lead singers, right? We're not talking solo artists. I mean, yes, Hall & Oates is technically a band, but I swear to God, if that's who you put on your list, that's an embarrassment.
He will not be on my list.
It's two of them, Halls and Oates.
Yeah, but John only sings a little bit. Hall's the best, but they're fighting right now. They're having a little love spats.
They are.
So that kind of hurts me a little bit.
Of their music,
folks. This is banned, so George Strait's not going to be on my list either.
Oh, I agree. Okay, so I know. Okay, well, we just want to make sure. Buckeye and I always have this. Jim's going to band. Yes. Jim's going to cheat somehow. He's going to find a loophole. He's
every single one of my guys are in a band.
Okay, just making sure. Now, remember, this is best lead singer. This is not necessarily best bands, right? Or favorite.
Correct.
Bands.
It's the best lead singer.
Lead singers, male lead singers. That's Wednesday. I'm going to put Representative Tim Burchett on the spot and ask him if he's got a list, and then we'll see.
Great gear. No. Elvis was not.
Elvis was not in a band.
And honey,
Elvis.
No, David Coverdale is not going to be on my list.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
You're going to tell me Dawkins isn't going to be on there? And
damn well Dawkins is going to be.
It's number one.
Probably.
Maybe. I don't want to ruin
it. Stay tuned, folks.
Yeah, what's this? I don't like most country music. I realize living in Tennessee that it's blasphemy. That's right. It is blasphemy. She wanted.
They showed a picture of her when she was announced.
Yeah.
Between she and the future inmate to Diddy.
Yeah.
What's her Jay-Z? That's
Jay-Z.
Anyway,
it was not band, by the way.
Jay-Z, the look between Jay-Z and Beyonce when she won that award. I mean, it was an insult to Chris Stapleton. It was an insult to, for God's sakes, Post Malone was on that.
Post Malone should have won.
Insult.
That was incredible.
Because Post Malone didn't do it for a publicity, because she wanted to be on the top of every genre.
Said that. She said that's the reason she did it, to win another award. It's a bunch of bull crap. Beyonce's a joke. Let's see here. What was this say at Grit Gear? Dale and I were back and forth on X all weekend about this. This is true. This is true.
He led you down a dark path.
Yeah. I mean, I was wrong. It should have been male first. I'm glad we did female first. Women first. I mean, that's just the way it should be, right? That's the gentlemanly thing to do.
Yep.
Jim was thinking on the other hand, no, screw that. My machismo will come out. I'm a tough guy.
I think when you talk to people that know me, you know damn well chivalry did not die with me.
Oh, okay.
I am very chivalrous. Is that
such
the
a
correct
good
thing?
guy. Jim's a great guy.
Yeah, I always joke with my wife, and she, I always let her go into a place first, and I always joke with her because there's a gunman in there. That I'm.
Do you let her sit with her back to the door? Because
I usually do with my back to the door.
What? Wait.
No,
I don't. Me and my wife always.
I'm by
facing
my
the
wife
door
all the time.
Always facing the door somehow, whether we're at the corner or something like that. We're always keeping an eye out for shenanigans. I feel like somebody's after me in my life, anyways, because of some of the things I've done, and said.
Great gear, really.
Now, Dean Martin was in the Brat Pack.
Okay,
what? Now is that a band?
I can't listen. I can't listen to him.
You can't listen to
Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin. I can't do it. I can't do it. And Ricky Nelson, are you kidding me?
I'm liable to. We're liable to throw down next time. You start.
There is
on the Rat Pack
restaurant that we go to. There's an Italian restaurant that we go to, and they play. I don't like going to it because they play Frank Sinatra. I don't like it. I just don't. I don't get it. Let's just put it that way.
What do you mean you don't get it?
I don't get it. You don't get
You don't get Frank Sinatra's music.
No.
I did it my way.
I like that better than him.
You know, like when the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie. That's amore.
Buckeye, I guarantee you, if Dale and I break up over something, it's not going to be over this.
It's going to be this. There's no love quarrel.
It's going to be his. I've had enough of him insulting me.
We are madly and deeply in love.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Turner.
I know this whole Frank Sinatra thing does have me questioning my loyalty.
Thank you, Turner. We love you. We love you too. We love it. All the listeners that watch us because
we're done babbling.
We're different.
Jibber jabbing.
We're different. I mean, we like to put some little humor into what we do, and that's because with what's going on, you got to be able to laugh. Now there are times to get serious, and we do.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, we're here to entertain. Now, whether we entertain, I don't know, but we're here
entertain ourselves.
Entertain and
I know that.
Educate. I know a lot of my family listening scares the hell out of them thinking that I'm educating people, but hey, it's working.
Well, it's more opinion than educate.
No, Aiken, I do not like Tony Bennett either.
Oh my God.
I do like Sammy Davis. Only the Candyman, though. The Candyman.
It seems weird that you picked Sammy Davis, the only black one out of the Rat Pack, but you left.
I'm not racist.
You left the Italians out, Jim.
I'm not afraid of Italians. I'm not afraid of them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there was a day.
There was a day I probably would have.
We need to go back to those days.
I would have taken the X
Vegas
off
was
my name
never
and put
better.
an I.
You change your name to Jim Disarmatonio.
That works.
That works. All right. So listen, folks. Wednesday, Representative Tim Burchett. I'm sure he will regret every minute of it. Will be.
No,
here.
I think he's going to enjoy
based
this.
on his X account.
Yep.
I think he will too. Follow him if you don't. He will be here live with us 10:30 a.m. on Wednesday. We have a lot to discuss. Obviously, some serious subjects as well, but we will get into his X account, which is just spectacular and it entertains me every day. Honestly, the one from yesterday kills me, but he will be here. We will have a lot to discuss with him. The following Monday, we will have Julie. Now, who's Julie? Julie Ogelschlager. I hope I'm saying their name. Ogelschlager. I gotta say that. I apologize. I had it in my head.
We'll get the exact.
But she is from the Chad O. That is Chad's mom from the Chad O organization. Will be here to discuss Chad, his struggles with PTSD, what he went through in the military, how it's still happening today, and her absolute passion for this organization, which is the recipient this year of the Warrior Shield Foundation's Warrior Weekend in September. So it all ties together. She will be here Monday to discuss that. Again, Wednesday, Representative Tim Burchett will be here 10:30 a.m. live. Please share.
Eddie just posted, guys, Tim had to cancel.
Oh, did he? Did he tell us that?
I don't know.
Tim's guy called me this morning and he has a committee meeting.
I don't think a committee meeting comes before Two Guys, One Coup. I'm
going to tell you right now, the fact that he had to cancel, he is now officially on my poops loose. Was he going to call us or email us or something? Or is this how we got to find out this stuff? It's through
our boss had to tell us.
Our boss has got to tell us here live on the air. Text. You couldn't have done that, you goober.
But corporalchato.org. That is
Wednesday's going to be a different show, folks. Apparently,
yeah. Wednesday is going to be us. In the top female lead singers,
top male lead singers. Wednesday. Stop it. He accidentally called and thought I was you. No, I that's absolutely I'm just razzing you. I'm razzing you. But okay. Sorry guys. Yeah.
That's what my girlfriend said in high school. I accidentally called your best friend and talked to him for 4 hours. Oh, okay.
I thought it was you. Actually, I accidentally slept in your best friend's bed, thought it was you, and then quickly realized it was not you.
Yeah, you right away realize, oh, this isn't you.
Yep, it's a Aiken improv comedy on Wednesday. Let's do it. You know what I want to do? I always want, like, nobody asks us questions. Like, I really want people to ask us on Wednesday now. Any question you want to ask it. It could be personal, it could be political, it could be sports related, it could be anything related. I really want people to do.
You remember the Mickey Mouse Club?
Why?
They had an anything can happen day. So
That's
let's make Wednesday.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen day.
And I want you all too to stay tuned for breaking news the minute we go off the air. Because it happens every freaking time. So something big's going to happen. It's going to be the minute we leave. Jim, again, thank you for everything.
So we
folks.
should just be talking all day is what you're saying.
Is what I'm saying. We should just be live all day. Anyways, folks, Wednesday, different show. Forget what I said at the beginning. We will have our normal show, but we will have the top 5 male singers. That's our top 5 in band. And
you can ask us any question you want.
Wednesday Q&A. You got that, Dad. That's right. Ask us anything you want. It could be fun to the point. It absolutely could be. Q&A Wednesday. I like it. Kind of Q&A Wednesday.
Right now, your wife and my wife are thinking, oh, God, no.
Well, I mean, and honestly, we will answer them honestly. We will answer them. We're open books. We don't care. So
even if we don't know the topic.
We won't know
be
the
intelligent when we respond to it.
You asked the question, we're going to answer it. Here, what is this? Patriots do a top 20 MIBs losing.
I think it's libs. I think
libs losing their minds over Trump.
We can extend that
time
to
for top 20.
I think we could extend that to 100.
Yeah, I know we could. We played one today. Retard. Anyways, I wanted to say it again before we left. Folks, please like, share, and follow. Please go to @the Patriots Praise X channel. Follow them there. If you're not, please go to @2guys1coup on X. Please like, follow, and share on Rumble if you don't mind. We really appreciate your support. We want to thank the network for giving us the opportunity to keep broadcasting here. It's an honor to do it, and we look forward to the future. It's going to be a great year. I am not tired of winning. Go Trump. This is what it's all about. It's what we voted for. So the hell with Canada, hell with Mexico, America first.
It's amazing how they're coming to the bargaining table.
Amazing how quickly they come. Jim, you got anything else to add before we leave?
No, I just
thank you, listeners.
Reiterate what you said. Listeners, we love you guys. We love your comments. And we do seriously think of those questions, have them ready to go for us. And
we'll be ready.
We'll answer them.
We'll answer them. That's right.
Best of our abilities.
Like them, like it or not, we'll answer them.
Yep.
Jim, you're the best, brother.
You too.
Top 5 male lead singers on Wednesday. Stay tuned.
Now, Boy George counts, right?
See you later, everyone.